Okay, I am live. Let me send the link out so everyone can actually see it on the Skype and Discord server. So hold on. Okay, so now that I forward and share the link to everyone, and everyone pretty much gotten the whole link. So if they want to join the StreamYard, they can just join the StreamYard. If they want to join if they want to see the YouTube video, well, they can also see the YouTube video. But also, oh, let me put it on the chat. Show your gosh. Hey guys. Hey Matt, what's going on?
Just got home.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Well, as you can see from the title, this is about me talking about sexuality and unfortunately some double standards within the mix. And I figure since you had shared that lovely Skype message with us with about, this whole topic, I figure why not actually go for it? Because I was planning on doing this in the week anyway. So I said, you know what, let me do it.
All right.
Okay. Well, Matthew is going to be joining us, and the link is on the live chat. So if any of you guys want to join, you can always join and be part of the shiz. Anybody, including my haters, if you're watching, you can be part of it too, because the whole point of it is to have an engaging conversation with different perspectives and debates and allowing people to share their viewpoints. So that's the whole idea of it. That's what I'm going to do. But The topic is about sexuality, and the double standards that comes from it. So one of the things I wanted to discuss is the difference between the female sexual experiences and the male sexual experiences, and the just the fetishization of it all. It's like I enjoy the aspects of both, but at the same time, I know there is a level of acceptance that comes from one party over the other. And this is where the double standard comes in. I think a lot of it comes in from people who favor basically a, what's the word? That's a good way to describe it without offending anyone. I think it's more so of a female sort of exploitation of the body. So as you can see in society, there is a very male, kind of straight kind of vibe comes from it, and
Yeah.
that's all cool. That's all cool and dandy. But at the same time, I feel like, if we're in 2020, we want to showcase freedom of perspective. Then I think we should showcase the acceptance of both. If you're going to showcase one, you're going to showcase the other. Like there's a show on TV called Two and a Half Men that, well, the one with Charlie Sheen, not the one with Ashton Kutcher, that expresses the female aspect to it, where it's constant. That one guy is having three sums, four sums, six sums, 10 sums with a whole bunch of other women, and these women are like basically giving out to this one guy who is using them for sex basically. And I as much as popular as that show can be as far as exploitation, a lot of people love that show. I feel as if the only reason why they love it is because it promotes a narrative of this is the ideal man and you cannot be anything else but that kind of individual. Like you cannot be a person who is okay. Let's say, for example, let's say if you're bi, you can't be a person that engage. And it's funny because Charlie Sheen is bisexual in real life. But you can't be a person who is bi and do promote that on television and then expect the same sort of criticism. And I find it funny whenever it's involving males, they usually bring up like there's some sort of agenda or there's some sort of cause to the means of defying the heteronormic godlike society. But when it involves women, it's like, okay, well, there's no problem with that. It's like women can explore their sexuality just fine, but males have to be stoic, heteronormative, straight, and hypermasculine along with that because femininity is looked down upon with males. You can't be straight. You can't be metrosexual. You can't be straight and be feminine. You have to be overtly masculine and straight. And this is the ideal mindset that they have when it comes to double standards. And this is why I wanted to talk to about, because I want other people's opinions. I want other people's perspectives on this, because it's been an ongoing issue that I've been having for about a good 15
Yeah.
years or so.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's a double standard. It's like, okay, we live in a society where obviously every part of people want to be accepted. Like everyone wants to be accepted for who for whatever they are. They just want to live their life, and then not try to force things down people's throats, obviously, and not try to get into other people's business, personal life. They would just want to be happy and just have the life that they want and not have any sort of conflictions with it. But unfortunately, there is I'm going to quote Lark Voorhees from Saved by the Bell. When she was going crazy. It's sad, but I'm going to quote it. There's an ongoing opinionata of discriminatory biases towards other people. Hey, Lewis, what's going on? The stream is right here. You're welcome to say what you
Hey,
have to say,
if you want to join,
and
just click on the link.
you can join. You can join. Yeah, there's an ongoing biases towards men who explore their sexuality, and it's more so, and I find it funny whenever it's involving males, they want to use the Bible. Like I find it funny, like whenever males are exploring their sexuality, they want to quickly use, okay, let's try to bring up the Adam and Eve story, or the Sodom and Gomorrah story when it's involving males. But when it's females, there's no such thing as a gay agenda for females. and females have been exploiting their bisexuality and lesbianism for as long as they can imagine. You know what I mean? It's goes to show that there's a double standard that goes on, and it's a double standard where females are idolized for being a different sexuality other than straight, but males are being atrocized, and that is my main issue when it comes down to this topic. And it's an issue that I really just, I figure, why not put it on this platform, since it's going to be about, socio-political topics, and we can discuss and have good conversations about what we think about this issue. So Matthew, what is your opinion on this topic, since you're here?
Well, I don't care what gender you, if you treat me with disrespect, then I'm not gonna respect you. But if I don't care where you are, just be who you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's relatively speaking it, just be yourself if you want to. And if you want to be phony and fake, well, that's your choice. That's up to you. If you want to live the life of being phony, then more power to you. I hope one day you can actually see through that and actually grow from that, and realize that maybe it's just not worth it. So stay true to your heart, and ultimately, if people want to say anything, well, you just put the gauntlets up, take the master sword and the shield, and fight the demons. And the demons being the hateful bitches. So those are the people that you should combat. You should be strong and be courageous and be powerful and also be wise. And yes, I did quote a Legend of Zelda reference there, but I'm doing it because it's perfect for this moment. So, but yeah, I mean, that's relatively one of the issues I have. Another issues I have is this whole conscious community. If you're Black and you pay attention to Black, like Black ideologies when it comes to the community overall, they have this, especially the conscious community in particular. I learned about this when I was taking African studies in college, and this was during my sophomore year. Now I'm graduating in like literally 2 months, but back then I was taking this African class and I learned about the conscious community, and I heard about this guy called Umar Johnson. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's a person who is like big into this Afro Black unity, fake ass Black unity kind of, groups to get Black people together. And one thing I find out and I realize is that this person started to just regurgitate hateful, not only misogynistic responses towards women and objectifying them, like saying, "I can't wait to pop their cookies," which is basically popping their pussies. And and also referring to women in a like sex dollish kind of way, like a property or kind of like an ownership. Willis, at the same time, here's the thing. He talks about there's some sort of like gay agenda, right? But he doesn't refer to it when it comes to women. He objectifies it and just say, oh, when it comes to women, they're supposed to be sexually, explorative when it comes to their bodies. But for males, it's sinful, it's disgusting, it's demonic, it's all this other stuff. And again, I don't get why people are like this. I don't get why people have this deposition where they must discriminate against other people who are males and refer to males as being sinful and demonic,
Yeah,
but the
I
women
really
are
hate
just
that.
being, it's like this kind of bullshit kind of narrative that it pisses me off, because I've been noticing this trend that's been going on, and it's been really, really effing bothering me, because I'm tired of people just putting a face for this. They just want to bring their Bibles out. But wait, listen, no offense to the people who are watching this, but when you want to get your dick up for some hot chick who has a tight pussy, you're not thinking about the Bible, period. You ain't thinking about the Bible. You're thinking about, I want to put my shit in that and grind it. And another double standard I have is the aspect of sodomy. And when I say sodomy just means anal sex. That's what it means. And it doesn't mean for male to male contact as what Christians love to use. Again, another narrative. They describe sodomy with males instead of describing it with the female aspect as well, because there's also female sodomy that they don't talk about, period. They don't talk about that, but they talk about the male aspect to that because they want to bash and hate males for it. And I've been seeing this constant rhetoric. It's like when they talk about sodomy, they talk about homosexuality, and when they talk about homosexuality, they're talking about homosexuality within men, not within women. Get your ass in here, Carlos. I'm doing this stream. Get your ass in here. I'm gonna drink my Brazilian soda because I fucking love this shit. I fucking love Brazilian stuff. Get your ass in here. We want it. We want to see you because I want to hear your thoughts and opinions because I know you got something to say. I know you have something to say. The StreamYard link is right in the chat. So if you don't see it, well, message me on Skype and then I can resend it to you. But it's there. It's on the Skype chat. It's on the free for all chat, and it's also on the Discord page, so you can easily join if you want to. But take your time. If you're not ready, then the topic is on. Its topic is on the YouTube link I posted on Skype and Discord. Check the Discord chat. Check my second channel. You'll see it. I'm live, and the topic is there, so you can easily see what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, let me reiterate. The topic is about the double standards that happens when males and females explore their sexualities. That's the topic. It's like when females do it, they're praised for it, but when males do it, they're discriminated for it. Like males can't do it because males are seen as being an abomination or sinful or satanic or demonic or vile and all this other shit is. But females are praised for it, and they're seen as being, empowering, sexualized in a good way. Which, I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being sexualized. I'm a big fan of that. I love being sexualized. I love being fetishized. I love having people like me for my body. Why? Because I feel good about myself, and ultimately, I love exploring my sexual side. There's nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful. That's divine, if you will. But let it be so that both parties can get the same treatment. Not like one party can get one treatment and then the other party can get that treatment. Let both parties share. No, don't Carlos, come on. Don't be embarrassed. Come on. We've did worse things on a live feed chat. This is actually pretty good. These are the topics that they have on Dark Master's group that he shared us in with Nameless Debates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say it. Just say it. Fuck it. Just say it. Just say it. Well, this stream is rated, for 18 and over anyway, so it's not like for children.
Yeah, it's not for children.
It's not. It's not. Everyone here is 18 and over. But if you don't want to say it, then you can just post it on the live chat. But you're free, like I said, you're free to come in here and discuss what you have to say if you want to say it. If you don't want to say it, that's cool. It's okay. We understand. But on that note, since Carlos is, I think he's a little bit flabbergasted by the topic and a little bit taken by. Oh, he's gonna post it in the chat. Okay, post it on the live chat, not on Discord or Skype. Post it on the live chat. I want to hear your opinion, and then I can just respond to that.
But I mean, I met some gay people, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about the sexuality. It's more so of the double standards, because it's not just about being gay. It's really more so of being sexually fluid. like me and Dark Master, we're both sexually fluid people, so we can explore ourselves while it's at the same time not attaching this label of I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. No, we just do what we love, that is free to us, and it makes us, happy. That's the whole point. But I'll wait till you post in the chat so we can see what you got to say. Okay, you said so. Okay, to the haters, don't hate on gays. Let them be stupid. Double standards are stupid. See, it's not. It's see again. I want to reiterate this. First of all,
MJ.
I just want to say this first. Oh, we'll get into that in a minute because we're gonna go there for the receipts. Um, we're going there. We're not gonna talk about gays. It's not about gay. It's about, first of all, I'm not gay, so that I just want to get that out the picture. But it's more so of people who want to
Oh, I'm not
explore.
either.
Yeah, it's like it's more for people who are being sexually fluid with their bodies and just want to enjoy the sexual fluidness of it, versus having an identity already and just declaring it. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's really like that. Like, double standards are really fucking stupid. Carlos is so scared. It's okay, dude. This is the kind of topics that we talk about. Maybe if there's a topic that does not involve this kind of deepness in it, you can be part of that one too. Yeah. I know this is gonna get a lot of heads. I know Jack couldn't wait to be in this stream because these are kind of the topics him and Dark Master love talking about, these kind of topics. So we can also have a conversation. I also sent a link to Dark Master to see if he would join, but unfortunately, I don't think he's online because usually he'd be stalking the free for all chat and seeing what we're saying. But I guess he's probably either. I think he's probably either just smoked weed and went to sleep, or just got laid and went to sleep. Either one. Either one. Shout out to YKJ. Yes, yes. In his house. But getting back to it, so I think the double standards are the reason for this whole persecution. And like I said, again, another thing that happens is the download culture. So download people, I want to make this clear. Download people are not people who are secretly gay. What happens is that they're, most of the time, majority of the time, they want to explore their bodies, but they know they can't do it in a public basis due to the discrimination and hatefulness from society discriminating against men, because women don't have that kind of culture to them. It doesn't exist to their nature, because again, females are praised for that, males are not. Like, males are constantly looked down upon because of that. So it only
They're
exists when
really
it comes
weak.
to women. Huh?
I mean, we should be equal, not be against each other.
Yeah, and it's mainly religion is the cause for that. No offense to people here who are Christians, but it's really, really that you better not. I'm just joking. Glad you're back, Carlos. Yeah, it's mainly religion is the cause for that. It's the idea of the just saying a man is supposed to be like this because they're supposed to be the stoic kind of individual, but the female can be the whore of whoredom, and people would just love it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of that double standard that I'm pretty much like. You can watch Two and a Half Men. It pretty much shows it as a nutshell. It shows again Charlie Sheen, the stoic male who's having sex with multiple women who are pretty much
I
either
have seen that
vice.
show.
Yeah,
Pretty good show.
it's yeah, it's a good show. I like the one with Ashton Kutcher better, but Charlie Sheen is funny himself. I don't like Charlie Sheen as a person, but he's talented in what he produces. But Two and a Half Men describes the aspect of one guy who basically is a male slut, and he basically have sex with like multiple women, And these women, most of the time, either turn out to be either bisexual or lesbian, and people praise them for it. People put them on a plateau. People put these women on a higher,
But when a male
status. You
But when
know,
a male's gay, it's a big deal to people.
yeah, it's
Like,
like,
wow.
oh, let's try to exploit the person and see what dirt we can get on them, so we can defame them and ruin their career. It's kind of like a man can't explore their own bodies, but a woman can, and women are it's like we can, but at the same time we're scrutinized. A woman can do it, and they're not scrutinized for it at all. Like, if they're scrutinized, it's only by their close peers or their religious families. And getting back to what Carlos says, I hate Christianity with a passion, and religious sucks. You mean religion sucks? It does. It does. It does. But not all religion are evil, or just discriminatory. It's just the ones that follow the Judaic Christianity, Islamic kind of route is usually the Abrahamic God route. Is usually the ones that are discriminatory and very sexist and just bigoted. So, and these are the same people that say, "Oh, I love everyone. I support everyone. I care about everyone." And then at the same time, they talk a whole lot of shit, calling people, "Oh, that fucking faggot. Oh, that fucking nigger." They say a whole bunch of
Yeah,
other stuff
that's not
behind your
liking
back.
anybody.
And then they go to church, and they go out, and they act all holy and innocent in the public face, but when they come inside their own home, they turn into a demon, if you will, because they're showcasing a fake persona. They're showcasing a very fake persona, especially when what comes out of their mouth. They want to promote love, but what they're doing is that they're promoting a selective kind of love. They're promoting a divisive tactic, and that's what I don't like. And I said what I said, and anyone can combat me and try to, pull out whatever they want to pull out of their asses, but it is what
For
it is.
Christmas,
Oh, what you said, Matthew? I'm sorry, I called you MJ by mistake.
I said Christmas. It's really annoying. It's
Christmas,
overrated.
you don't need. This is another thing, but we'll get into another topic about that. But basically, I'm going to end the Christmas topic on this note. You don't need Christmas to get yourself a gift. Get yourself a gift at any given day, because why? You treat yourself. Yeah, exactly, Carlos. And you don't need to get yourself a gift on that day. You can get your gift on Black Friday, where everything is cheap. I think Christmas Day is Black Friday, because that is when holiday for me comes to play. Because when that PlayStation 4 went from 350 to 199, I took advantage of that shiz. I was not playing. When it went from 350 to 199, I was like, "Yep, on it." That was good. That was good. That was a good price, a good deal. That was a good deal. You said, even though I don't like Onision, he's right about Christians as well. Onision is one of those kinds of people that he does very offensive things to people, but he does it in a way to like wake people up, but at the same time he's still hated. So
That
it's
dude.
yeah. I mean, what I didn't like was what he did to Eugenia Cooney, where he body shamed her because she was anorexic, and she was basically starving herself because she wasn't eating. And basically, what he did was he simply just say, I'm just going to make a video mimicking her and mimicking her supposed alleged life. And I'm going to mock her eating disorder because of that reason. And I'm going to shame her to try to get her help. I mean, it's a very asshole way of looking at it. And that's the unfortunate cause of it. So overall, Onision is one of those kinds of people where you either love him or hate him. That's just what it is. It's like Shane Dawson. Either you love him or hate him. I personally think Shane Dawson is a racist because he uses black people to mock them in comedy. That's what he does. He's more so than Onision. Onision's just an asshole. Shane Dawson, in my personal opinion, is a literal fucking racist. So that's a difference. And they both don't like each other. That's the thing.
Yeah. I don't know why people watch those people, but it is what it is.
because they're promoted mainstream, and anything that's promoted mainstream, people gear towards because it's the hit new trend they can talk about on social media like Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
Like
So
clickbait.
clickbait and fake thumbnails and stuff and get people going to click on the videos, and they make the ad revenue, the YouTube money, the cuentadas, so they can pay their bills. I see how it is. I know this is how the YouTube system works. I know how the YouTubers exploit it.
I don't care if you're a kid. Don't clickbait and make your fans look retarded.
It
I'm
makes
gonna say it
yourself
like
look
that.
retarded. Yeah, it does. It makes yourself look retarded, and just like you don't have a sense or common sense in your mind. So, I mean, it is what it is. But Onision is one of those kinds of people where, either you love him or you hate Onision. Okay, you said for early days from 2009 to 2014, Onision was awesome. He was until he started to get involved with, and I hate to put it like this, until he got involved with social justice issues, is where he started to decline heavily, like majorly. He started to like pummel because of that issue. But when he was before the social justice era, he was fine. But when he got himself involved into that era with like Jacqueline Glenn and Amazing Atheist, for example, all these other people, he started to like, when he got himself involved with those kinds of people, he kind of declined in his career. He's talented. He's a talented man. I just think that he has um, BDSD, borderline sociopathic disorder. Because I think he's a sociopath, but I think he's a creative sociopath, but a sociopath nonetheless. But I do think Shane Dawson is a racist, and I said what I said. So,
And fuck Kibby on camera.
yeah, well, I don't know that person, and I really don't care about that person. But whatever Matthew said, well, there it is. Another thing I'm going to mention is getting back to the topic. You said mention about what MJ said. Explain what MJ had said, Matthew.
Well, he made a post, saying somebody was gay, and then once he put it in our chat, YKJ, aka Josh, was very offended by it, and it caused a big problem.
And how did MJ did it? Like, what exactly did he? I feel like Oprah Winfrey. And how did this happen? And how did this happen? And tell me how you
Well,
feel.
I didn't really see it because it got removed by Facebook. But he called somebody gay. I don't know why.
As an insult, or was it exploitation?
Maybe insult, I think.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is what I mean. Like, you wouldn't use the word lesbian as an insult, like, right? It's, again, attaching to, worshiping females in that sense. It's like females are being not exploited, but males are. So it's the
Yeah,
same
it's
thing.
just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy.
And I know he might watch this and get upset about it, but he should have just been careful.
The only time, Carlos said, the only time I know about Shane Dawson is when he made a parody of Fred. After that, I stopped watching Shane. I remember he did my favorite parody is when he because I used to watch Shane Dawson back then. I was a big fan of Shane Dawson, old Shane Dawson, not this weird conspiracy Shane Dawson. I don't know what the hell that is, but old Shane Dawson when he was a content creator. I remember he did a parody of High School Musical with Disney, and he did Vanessa Ann Hudgens. And I'm gonna let you know, I laugh at that, and I'm guilty for it, but it was very racist because he portrayed her like a stereotypical Filipina or slash Mexican, and the way how he did it, the accent that came out of his mouth was too real for. It's like someone who clearly analyze. And the thing is, Vanessa Ann Hudgens don't talk like that. Vanessa Ann Hudgens talk like a typical American. If you would have heard her, you would probably think she's a white girl because that's how she sounds. But she looks Mexican, but she's actually Filipina. And he did this comedic spoof of High School Musical, and the way how he portrayed Vanessa Ann Hudgens, I just you have to have a dark sense of humor to laugh at that. But that was during his tamed days when he wasn't exploiting other people. Like basically he said, this is his impersonation. This is what he says. Basically, what we're gonna do is sex. It's okay. It's a sneaker night. And the accent that he did, it was like, oh, wow. She doesn't even talk like that. But it's more so of the impersonate because she's Hispanic that he wanted to make fun of that. And I don't think that's funny, by the way. But I think the fact that of how if you watch High School Musical and you see how she acts in that movie, and then you see his impersonation, you just have to laugh at that because it was. I bursted out in tears because of how he portrayed her because she really was the it girl in High School Musical, portraying as a princess and wrapped up in a princess like kind of scenario. But yeah, after that, when he started to exploit other people, like black people, black women, and white women, and then Hispanic women, for like shaming purposes and stereotype purposes, that's when I was like, no, dude, you're a fucking racist. Go back to your conspiracy stuff, because I don't want anything to do with you. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, getting back to the topic, um, why would MJ do something like that? Why would MJ do something that is hateful and just why would he use that as an insult? This is exactly what I mean. Like why is that an issue that he would have to use that as like, oh yeah, you're fucking faggot, you're fucking gay ass, saying stuff like that as an insult. Like, I don't get it.
I mean, I didn't even want him in our Facebook group to begin with.
After he blew up, I'm just like, nope, 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 nope. And where was this? Where's this? This was in your group?
Well, he showed a screenshot on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook group.
Damn. And like I said, I'm not trying to start drama or anything. I'm just pointing out the facts for what it is. I mean, it's kind of sad that it's 2020 and we're still using that as an insult. And these are the same people again that like to say, "Oh, I have no problem with these kinds of people," but then they want to use the insults and the hateful rhetoric and the bigoted responses on the down low. I mean, so yeah. It's crazy, but it's a double standard that happens. Like I said, nobody used the word lesbian as an insult. Nobody used the word, if they say the word pussy again, then this goes back to seeing the word pussy. If you look up the word pussy and understand it has two meanings, but they both correlate with one another. So it's crazy. It's like one meaning means just a coward or just being scared or being weak. And the second meaning means the actual female part. So if you put it together, this goes into females are weak, cowardly people. And it goes to their gender and their sexual nature. And then you put that together and then you get the whole meaning of the word pussy as an insult. If you actually do some woke kind of thinking, it really goes down there. Like I can go to a whole nother topic of that. It's crazy. It's crazy how this hell world we live in is just, yeah. I mean, that's just what it is. So I mean, I'm guilty of using the word a lot. Like I use the word usually when I'm upset and when I'm mad, but I try to abstain myself from the older I get, because I'm almost 30. So the older I get, oh God, I'm almost 30. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I still view myself as in my 20s, but I'm in my late 20s. So it's, then there's that. But when they start to use words like that, you just have to educate yourself and become more inept and aware of certain things that you say in the heat of rage that could be regretful later on. You know what I mean? So, and that's my advice to MJ if he's watching this. Be careful about what you say, because what you say in the heat of anger can also come back to haunt you. Because what it means is there's a part of you that sees it like that, and you want to use it in that way to degrade other people. Again, this is going back to the double standard, because you wouldn't call another man a lesbian. You wouldn't use the word lesbian as an insult. You wouldn't refer to a woman as a woman as a lesbian as an insult. So, something to think about when you're doing this. So, anything else, Matthew? Matthew? Are you there? Are you still in the chat? Or are you still in the or are you probably, hope you're not smoking weed. If you are, don't go to sleep. I have that effect with my voice. I can serenade people, and they can instantly just be in their calm state. So it happens. It happens. A lot of people have told me. He's definitely asleep. Yeah. Yeah. I like I said, I have this gift. I can do this. I can literally do an ASMR just talking away, and people just be like, they can just do that. Yeah. I've been told that I have the gift of serenading people's listening, and then they can just listen to my voice and just be in peace mode, just in zone mode. La di da di da di da. But yeah, that's what I have to say. So it's a double standard, and it's something that has been on my mind, and I really freaking hate that. So um oh, you're not asleep. Then why are you still on mute, Matthew? Okay, Matthew says, I saw the screenshot and MJ said he disliked gay people. That's why Josh got mad. But see, here's the thing. When MJ was in our group, he said, I have no problem with people like that. I have no problem.
I gotta do something real quick.
Okay, I thought you were sleeping. I was like, damn. I'm like, shit. I'm like, I'm not even being ASMR-ish right now. Did I receive your? Yes, I did receive a message on Skype. I was looking at it and seeing, and I didn't see. Let me see what you have to say. I was reading it. Let me see if Skype actually loads up for me. There we go. Now I can see it. You says, you says, yeah, good grammar there, ZTB. I finally know how to use StreamYard. I did a test earlier and it works a bit laggy, but it works fine. There's something else I wanted to say, because I decided to delete cause of it because it was a bit of my fault too. It's all right. Even though I know how to use StreamYard, but I'm still not be able to do live stream for a while. I need a device motion to have better internet connection. Yeah, you do, like a router, like a Netgear kind of. It works. I also forgot to mention that StreamYard quality on live streaming looks terrible for a 720p clip, but there's always improvements. Getting back to it, 720p. So the highest resolution StreamYard can do is 720p 30 frames, and it's not StreamYard's fault for this. It is simply the bitrate that YouTube can handle, because StreamYard works in conjunction to YouTube's bitrate. Let me tell you this. YouTube has a very shit bitrate when it comes to handling video quality, and if the quality is not up to par to what YouTube standards are, then YouTube will just simply give it what it can. And with StreamYard, it follows what YouTube guidelines are. So YouTube can only handle 720p 30 megabits, 30 frames per second. It's probably like 5 megabits per second. So the quality is going to look really, really bad in 720p. Although now it looks great here, but on, if you see it on StreamYard and you have a high definition camera, it's going to compress the hell out of it. Like, it's going to really, really compress the footage. And you don't want that. So, I mean, I use StreamYard because it's good for my bandwidth, and I would suggest you use it too, Carlos, because it's good for your internet speed, and you can easily do streams. You said I know my quality looks good, but the bitrate slows down my internet, which looks laggy. Yeah, if you're not, you mean on StreamYard or on regular YouTube live streams? What do you mean?
I mean, you can figure it out. Or
Yeah, because I think he means on regular YouTube because yeah, so YouTube, when you're doing YouTube live streams, YouTube takes the highest bitrate it can from what you're delivering. And basically, the highest you're like, you do 1080p videos. So the highest YouTube will take from it is like 12 megabits per second, which is if your bandwidth doesn't distribute that amount for upload speed, it will definitely lag on YouTube. This is why I recommend you use StreamYard because although the quality may not be as good as YouTube's live stream, the quality is good enough to handle for your bitrate and it's good enough to handle for your
I
internet
mean, at
speed.
least your
You
face
know,
don't freeze.
yeah, or lag like like poor Matthew. Matthew's anytime Matthew do a live stream, it always lags and just it never ends well when he does it. But the fortunate part is that on the PlayStation 4, it works great. He has no problem with it because the PS4 has a better, I guess, a better Wi-Fi modem inside of it,
I
a
need
better
to get
network
that
device.
Sonic Mania.
You need to get Sonic Mania and you need to get Sonic Forces on right now. Like you need to get it because that Sonic
Or is
Forces
it for
is
free? Is it for
yes,
free?
yeah. Kevin said for PlayStation Plus members they get it for free. Sonic Forces.
Wait, I don't think I have PlayStation.
Let me
Is that
see.
for the Star?
Hold on. Let me do some off-topic checking right now because this is completely off topic. But let's check on the PlayStation website. Hold on. Oh, it's free. It's free. Wait, buy download. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, for PlayStation Plus, Shadow of Colossus and Sonic Forces are free.
Man,
So if you're a PlayStation, if you're Carlos, I'm reading Carlos's comment as I speak, so that's why I just stopped it just now. So if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you can get Shadow of Colossus and Sonic Forces. So I'm sorry, you got to be a
all right,
PlayStation Plus
dude.
member. Let me see what Carlos has to say. He says, one last thing, and I'm telling you this now that way you don't ask me what's the wrong question. I will explain it in Skype because I don't want to go off topic here. By the way, I'm going to sleep and I'll see you tomorrow. See, yeah, this is why I prefer to do live streams in the morning. It just so happens I'm done babysitting and all that and taking care of my niece. So now I have the free time to do these live streams and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's the
that's
only
why I
reason
don't do
why
it late at night.
everybody be sleeping. So it's hard to do it around that time. So. But yeah, getting back to it, yeah. It just goes to show you the double standards that goes on in society when it comes to this. So I just wanted to put that out there so people can be more inept and aware of the double standards that happens between men and women when it comes to sexual fluidity and the experience of exploring yourself and that feature. So a lot of people are kind of misled because they want to believe in their biases, and also there's the discrimination aspect and the rejection aspect towards males in particular when it comes to this. Females are more so seen as being whorish and just belligerent, when it comes to their sexual experiences, but males are seen as being vile and disgusting and nasty. So it's that double standard that I really can't stand. If you're going to look at females as being whorish, you should look at males as being whorish in the same light. Not to say that's a good thing, but I'm just saying, if you're going to see it like that, treat it like that. If it's a spade, it's a spade. You treat it like a spade. If they ain't a spade, then that's a problem. You know what I mean? I would really like other opinions. Is Lewis still here? I wonder what's his opinion on this.
I don't think he's here.
Well, he was here. He said, "Hello, guys. I'm here to sing your support." And then Vominos from the scenes. But this is why I don't like to do live streams around this time. But hopefully next time, the next debate we have is about the idea of religion. I think that would be a good topic because I think people would have a much more.
I know a few people in my chat would love that.
They would really have a ball with that one. Okay, Carlos has something to say. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to say it, but I'm just going to read it like off the top of my head. Well, fill me in on the receipts later on, and I'll definitely to stay tuned of that because that's pretty interesting.
What?
And Carlos is sending me something personal. I'm just reading it on Skype. And facts don't lie, and receipts are receipts, and receipts don't lie. Period. Because they're just stuff that you get from collecting data. But I'll look into that after this stream because that is interesting. I want to read about that because, damn it, I can't exploit it. I'm just joking. What I was gonna say too, yeah. So then there's that, and then there's the whole idea of just this nasty kind of viewpoint towards the exploitation of people. When I say people, I'm talking about like people in general. Like it's not the double standard. It's really more so of this idea that humans are supposed to be mutually exclusive to one partner only. And again, this goes back to religion. This goes back to the whole idea of what religion does and how religion treats people. And night. Don't let the ugly reptilians bite. Don't let the ugly reptilians bite, because they will bite if you let them. It's more so of the idea that people are supposed to be mutually exclusive to one person. And that's what also bothers me too, because I think we live in an era where we still live by conservative kind of values of, oh, you're supposed to be with this one person only, and this one person you're supposed to allow yourself to, explore. And I think that's not the case. I think we live in an era where we should be able to have multiple partners if you wanted to, and not exploit the aspect of destroying relationships based on cheating. It's one thing if you live yourself by a committed relationship where you get married and you want to live that life of just committing yourself to and dedicating yourself to that one specific partner. But I think we live in an era where we can actually discard marriage on the basis of freedom of the person's will. Because the whole aspect to cheating is not because they fall in love with someone else. And I think that's the misconception of it. The cheating aspect is purely lust and sexual. It's nothing to do with love. When someone cheats on another person, it's more so because they find the person to be desirable in that way, in the sexual way. And thus they exploit that with their own advances towards the other person sexually, not because they want to work out a relationship. Because in my personal opinion, how I view cheating is the whole fireworks, not just the sexual aspect, but the relationship aspect, the dating, the constant um calls to engage in some sort of relationship. That is the aspect towards cheating. That to me is real cheating. That's like if you want to have a relationship with someone else. But having an affair is completely different, in my personal opinion. I think what we need to do is we need to stop equating the word cheating to affair and just call it for what it is. If you have an affair with someone else, the psychological mindset of the person would instantly be, how can you betray me like this? How can you just make love to someone else and not to me? It's also the jealousy aspect too, and I think a lot of people don't
I hate
understand
that.
this. Yeah, it's the jealousy aspect that comes from that, because what happens is that other people, they're so used to the fact that because you're committed to their relationship and you're committed to their love, that if you're engaging in an
They
act of
would rather
sexual,
go to somebody else.
they would go to someone else for the act of sexual experiences because they're turned on by another person, and that's natural. We, as humans, we are naturally turned on by other humans. That's just how it is. Unless some people are turned on by other creatures, and in that case, you're on the other end of the spectrum. So you're not on this end of the spectrum, but on this end of the spectrum, as humans, we're naturally turned on to other humans. So I think that's also to why I say that people cheat. And it's not because they love the person that they're cheating with or they want to have some sort of romantic relationship with the person. It's more so because they want to get jiggy with it and have that one night stand and call it quits and then come back home. And I think if that is the case and people want to live that open kind of relationship, they should be truthful from the beginning. Like I think if you want to have an open relationship, you should make it the staple towards the entire dating aspect. Like if you're dating someone and you want to, like, for example, Matthew, if you're dating some girl and you say, listen, I love you and I want to spend the time with you, but at the same time, I want to, like, I want to have an open relationship where I can have a consensual act in terms of having an intimate act with other women, but at the same time, I still want to dedicate my life and devotion to you. And I think this idea of that is very shocking and very detrimental to people's minds because they feel as if this is kind of hurting their their love for you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. And I think that is the biggest taboo. You can't stop cheating. You can't stop relationships from coming like that because people are going to cheat regardless. So you're going to have to realize that, period. You know? But at the same time, I think you should just be honest from the beginning. If you're the kind of person who engages in behavior where you lust after other women, then you have to be honest with that and you have to be open up front with that kind of
Yeah,
behavior from the
don't
beginning.
lie.
Don't lie, don't hide, don't bullshit. Be upfront and honest because honesty is the ultimate policy. And also get tested regularly. That's another thing. People don't want to get tested. That's why diseases are being transferred over. That's why they have clinics there so you can get tested. People are scared because they don't take protection and they just want to do it for the quick rush, for the thrill of it all. I think personally because of the thrill. The hyper thrill of engaging with someone you don't know and you don't know what they have. So I think that's the reason why people they engage in such behaviors with other people because of that reason. And that's unfortunately why there's a high STD rate with the communities that engages in the most fornication whatsoever, because take it they don't take the necessary precautions to help themselves in intimacy. Like people who usually use condoms are gonna most likely not catch an STD than someone who don't use condoms. That's just what it is, and it's something that I think people need to understand. If you're engaging in intimate acts, and you don't know the person, then please, if you're cheating on someone, at least have the decency to wear a condom, and don't do that to your partner of having unprotected acts, and then don't protect yourself in that
Because
field.
then there'll be a baby, which that's
Huh?
a lot of work. Because
Huh?
you have to be safe, or your a baby will probably come. A
Not only
baby's a
that,
lot of
you're
work.
not only that, your partner, let's say for instance, like let's say you're married and you're cheating, and you're cheating, you're trying to hide it. The whole idea is that if you're going to do that and you're going to be opening up your legs to other people, at least have the decency to think about your partner. If you're going to do that, if you're so compelled into doing so, at least think of the risk and detriments that can come from that. So if you're going to do that, then protect yourself. Protect yourself always. Don't keep yourself open, and keep yourself like as an open tool. Make sure that tool is well guarded, because you can't enter other doors without making sure the tool is there protected, or else it's going to be damaged, period. And I'm not advocating for people to cheat, but I'm saying people who do cheat, they don't do this. They just open their doors without any protection, and then they have sex with their mate, like they have sex with their partner, and then they give their partner a disease because of that, or they give their partner some sort of STD, and that partner doesn't know, because that partner is unaware of the other partner engaging in other sexual activity with other people and cheating on them. You see what I mean? So it's an idea of, it's not just about you, because you're doing, if you're gonna lust after people, at least have the decency to protect yourself from other STDs that can come from that. Because if you don't do that, then you're being selfish, and you're asking for it. And whatever happens to you in the future, I mean, you deserve it if you don't do it. So, but that's just my take on it. You can't stop cheating. You can be mad that your mate cheated on you, whether it may be a man, whether it may be a woman, because both sexes cheat at the same equal rate. No one's cheat higher than the other rate. We're not going to go to the comparison chart, because that's bullshit. um, but I think it's more so of, if you're going to do that and you're going to engage in such behaviors, and you want to sneak away from your mate to do that, at least think about the decency of protecting yourself. So that way, when you do get intimate with your mate, you don't have to worry about your mate contracting anything from you having multiple sessions with other people, if you get my drift. So that's the whole idea. Keep it on lock. Keep the wrapping on lock, and think of your partner first before you
Use
actually do it. How what you said, Matthew? I didn't hear it.
I said use a condom, be protected.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah, as
Period.
I learned that in sex ed.
Yeah, and you can also learn it in by actually doing it. You know what I mean? Like I understand if you're a teenager, or you're a young adult, and you just became in your 20s, or you're 18 and 19, and you just want to just on all other accounts, and you just want to do it because it's fun and you want to explore. That's one thing. But if you're going to do it, at least make sure that you know the other party's body, when it comes to diseases, because you don't want to catch anything due to your unwillingness of exploring yourself, and not knowing the other partner's sexual history. Make sure that person, if you're going to have unprotected, make sure the other person shows you their sexual history, and get their actual medical records tested before they actually do it with you. Because if they don't show you any records, or if they get offended by that, that's a red flag. Put that on your pipe and smoke it. You know, don't let them put their holes on your pipe and have them smoke it out of you. Because they can also implant charcoal inside of that pipe, and that's not going to be good. So you want to make sure that there's no charcoal, and there's a level of protection going on between both of you, because if you trying to get jiggy with it, then you got to make sure the other person got the right necessities for their bodies. And that's the whole deal with it. So I'm glad you're being so supportive, Matthew. I feel like I'm just like going on and on in some heavy stuff, and then you're just like, whoa, man, whoa. I'm glad you're being supportive about it.
Yeah, it's it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's a good topic because I feel like if Dark Master was here, we can really go into depth when it comes to these topics and
Well,
endless debates because I feel like we can
yeah.
really hit home. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it is what it is. These are kinds of things that people don't adhere to. There's every little thing that you do to help other people can save lives and it can make the world a better place. And there's certain things like, for example, like cheating. You can't stop people from cheating. You can't do that. So the best thing you can do is if you are a cheater and you love to fantasize and get into people's pants and want to get in people's bodies, in that way, at least think of the bigger agenda of it all. If you do it with protection, chances are you won't have to worry or feel guilty about doing it and catching giving something to your mate. But if you do it with no protection, you're at risk of not only infecting yourself, but also infecting your mate, who basically is oblivious to all of this because you didn't explain to your mate that you were engaging in an act of sexual activity. So,
Oh, Lewis, do you want to join? Yeah, he's in the chat.
oh, you want to join, Lewis? Yeah, share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. Let me put the invite link. Is right there. Wait, bam, there you go. And then you can join the chat. Eventually, I'm going to figure out how to add music to this because I still don't know how to do that. Wait, let me see if I know how to do. Let me see. Mic, speaker. I still don't know how to add music. StreamYard doesn't support it, I guess. I guess that's too much for it to bear. Then again, copyright can also be a bitch too. So then there's that. So. But Lewis, the StreamYard link is right there. If you want to join and say your two pieces, feel free to do so. I guess you're not going to join, or maybe you're just setting up. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to read what you have to say in case you don't join. You said, still here, guys, but still supporting the gay community is key. Respect it. Cheating happens in too many places. Yeah, I mean, more props to you, but at the same time, the topic was not about the communities. It was more so the double standards. So this is not someone who is part of the community. This is someone who is simply want to explore. Those shades look pretty badass on you, dude. It looks pretty bitchin'. You on fleek in there.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah, they
got
look
him a
pretty nice.
couple weeks ago.
They look pretty badass. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, the issue that I wanted to say, what's the T-shirt?
it's Deadpool.
How the f I didn't notice that? I didn't notice that. It's pretty cool. I dig it. I think it's pretty fleek. Um, the issue is not about the community. It's more so of people who want to explore their sexual realm, but they get scrutinized if you're a man. So if you're a man, you get scrutinized. If you're a woman, you get praise. Women always get praise in media, in public places. Um, the only time they get scrutinized is with family, and that's because family have a very deposition to them that they don't like it. So, which makes sense. I mean, it's their child, so they would instantly have that kind of, you know, viewpoint towards it. But for men in particular, it's not just the family you have to worry about, it's also the environment. The environment that discriminates and treats males who do stuff like that as a way of as a negative is, and then they want to say it's some sort of agenda going on. There's some sort of hateful agenda that marks other people. So I think it's more so of that. And that's what I wanted to talk about with this topic, with the double standards. There's a lot of there's a lot of bigotry that goes on, and it sucks because other people who just want to live their lives and not be labeled in a box have to be labeled in a box because of the bigoted people. So it's kind of like it's a bullshit kind of thing. Cheating happens in too many places. It does, but here's the thing: you can't stop people from cheating. You cannot stop people from cheating at all. You can't stop it. It's an aspect towards purity and dedication, and you cannot stop people from cheating, but what you can do is manage it throughout. Yeah, it does suck if it's between guys and girls. Yeah, it does, but the girls get more favorability due to heteronormatism, and especially through male heteronormatism. It happens because it's being promoted in a sense of enlightenment. So girls, when girls do it, it's like, oh, it's so hot and erotic, and it's just they're being placed in a pedestal of being like this playboy bunny. But like males are being, if males do it, they're considered to be vile and disgusting and demonic and all this other stuff. And then they'll say with males is an agenda going on, but with females there's no agenda. Come on, come on, how are you going to pull that bullshit? If females are doing it, if females are being normalized, then wouldn't that be an agenda too? But no, it's an agenda when it doesn't suit your own preference, and that's when it's an agenda. When it goes against your own preference, that's when it's agenda. But when it's there's a man doing it, it's like, oh, it's vile, it's sick. But if a woman is doing it, it's okay. You know what I mean? That's why I wanted to make this topic, because the sexual fluidness of people is being only displayed towards a woman but not a man, and that I have a big issue with that, and it still affects me personally till this day. So it's like you can't even be a person to be happy with. It's always, you always have to be forced in a box. Like honestly, in this day and age, I don't even feel like females have a sexuality. I just think females just live to live. Males are the ones who are really pressured to be in a box.
It's like you have to be forced to do something that they don't want.
Exactly. Exactly. Or forced to live up to an expectation or standards that people have and they have for you. And if you don't do it, you're ostracized, you're degraded, and you're humiliated, and you all your the loving people that were surrounding you is taken away. So it comes with a price for a male. It comes with a price. For a woman, it doesn't. And it's, I'm sorry to say this, but it's the truth. Like, I know parents are gonna be very overprotective of their kid. You know, that's one thing, they always are. But for it, I mean, it is what it is. For a man, it's completely looked down upon on all accounts. They have no remorse, no consideration, none of that in concern. It's completely opposite for males.
It's like wow.
And then it's like you're liking another human. You're not just liking the gender. You're liking another human. You're liking the human contact, regardless of what gender it is. You shouldn't degrade the person. You should support the person. In fact, you should elevate the person for being attracted to this another person, for not just their gender, but for their love and consideration. And if it's for the gender, then let it be for the gender, because then that means that that is something that gets their body in a natural way that turns them on. So you should really support the idea of that, because that is something that's personal and intimate and loving and divine in that nature. And that is something that you should not atrocize and call it demonic and only apply it to males. If it's demonic, you should also apply it to women, but they're not going to do that. That's why the show Two and a Half Men is glorified, because if you watch the parts with Charlie Sheen, only the second portion with Ashton Kutcher is more liberal, if you want to call it that. But the first part is strictly heteronormative behavior. Granted, Charlie Sheen is entertaining and he's funny to a certain degree, but he that this is the kind of narrative that's being promoted and pushed. Women can be just nothing more than sex objects. Women can have sex with each other, and then they don't think nothing of it. It ain't gross or disgusting when they're doing it. It's hot and fetishized. But when men do it, it's like, oh my God, what is this chaotic mess? This is just horrible. This is just crazy. It's Sodom and Gomorrah. It's like only when it applies to males, but when it applies to females, it ain't that. There ain't no religion applies to that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like when women do it, it's like there's no negative ties towards it. There's no belittling belittlement when it comes down to
Besides, they show porn all the time, so it's like
exactly. So where's the Sodom and Gomorrah when it comes to pornography? Oh right, there is none. Only a specific kind of pornography they put that label. And it's funny. It's funny if you do the statistic research on pornography, you'll find that the alleged Sodom and Gomorrah pornography is the most watched, viewed, and downloaded version of porn than all the others. True story. Look it up. Like Madonna says, look it up. It's so true, and I'm not even joking about that. So that says a lot about society than it says about what you're trying to hide and what you're trying to convey. And it's just what it is. Let people be people and live their lives the way how they want to. The last thing they need is the entire world rejecting them. Sometimes they have to move away from their families to live the life that they have. And unfortunately society just be like, nope, 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 we're going to follow what your parents says and we're going to reject you. This is no shade towards females. Obviously, I have mad love and respect, and all equality is what it is. But if you're going to want equality, we have to talk about issues like this, because I feel like it would be completely biased if we didn't discuss issues, and it would be wrong for us not to discuss issues that involves this. You may think men have the most power in the world, but no, that's not the case. Men does have power because of the system that elevates men in certain aspects to life. But women also have power in other aspects towards life too. And it's not because men oppress them to get that power. It's simply because of the nature of the life and the people is where the women and the men have that dynamic. But when you get into that dynamic, then you get into transgenderism, then you get into non-binary, you get into all these other kind of labels that goes into that, and that's where it distorts that social norm of what people may see within a man and a woman. Because then once you get into that territory, then that's a whole nother discussion. And then once you get into that area, then it really sets off the red flag alarm for a lot of people. So that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother discussion. But in this case, for men and women, I would prefer if we would just have the same sort of eyesight towards our behaviors. If a woman sluts herself, she should, and she's lusted after for being both, then so can a man. It's just what it is. Why are women put on a pedestal but men aren't? Why is this narrative of this narrative of women being not exclusive to be scrutinized by the public, but the men are? And there's an agenda when it comes to men, but not to women. That's what really fucks me over. That's what, and in a bad way. And it doesn't make me feel good in my heart and in my spirit, because it's 2020 and we're still resorting baby boomers rhetoric to the public. We're still regurgitating that conservative heteronormative mindset to the public, and we're using religion as a basis point, and we're playing the arbiters, we're playing the role of God. And that's what I don't like. It's like we're telling people, oh, if you don't do this, God is going to destroy you. Or if you don't do this, you're going to go to hell. What the fuck does that even
Like,
mean?
really? Like, why
Like,
would you go to hell for that?
and like I said, are you God? Are you playing the voice of God? Are you the
No,
arbiter?
you're
Are you
not
an
God.
period? So why are you actually labeling these topics as if you know exactly what the fate of the individual? You don't know the fate of the individual. But I tell you what they can do. They can also send you to your grave. And this is why I advocate for people to get protected, not just within sexual means, but within the physical means, because these bigots will get very daring and they will try to hurt you in any shape and way and form they can outside. So always be protected in every sort of way, because if you're not, you're going to make yourself vulnerable towards their malice and their hatred. And what they want to do is they want to inflict it through either words, through exploitation, through public humiliation, and through physical violence. So these are things that we must take in consideration for, if you're being true to yourself, and you're dealing with a world filled with bigots. This is the kind of protection that you would need. And then once you got that, you're golden. Once you got that, you're golden. So I mean, it is what it is, and this is the real tea of it all. So I mean, what more can I say? It's just that's just what it is. That's just how it is. It's just how the ball rolls, how the game works, how the cookie crumbles. So you can't stop it, but you can educate a newer generation of kids to follow heed to your advice. And I think that's really where it's at. I think we need to. There's the extremist who puts your advice and take it way over the proportions that you would intended. But there's also people who see through it and actually see what you're saying, and doesn't they don't take what you have to say for granted. And I think those kinds of people are the people that you want to search out and look for, because those people who do that are usually the people who are more inclined into following for a better future and doing what you can to adhere to a better future. And that's the kind of people you want to have in your circle. I think that's the kind of people who you want to educate. You don't want to just give up and just say, fuck it, I quit. There's plenty of moments when I want to say that. I just want to just give up on society because I just can't take any more stupidness. I can't. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You have something to say, Matthew?
I just wish society would just get their act together.
Period. Get their act together, get their life together, get your life, get that life together. Because if you're not getting yours, you're not getting your life. You got to get your life. And the thing of it is that they want to adhere to this because they've been told that it's the cool thing to do, because they go by what their peers say and
Which
not
is
by what their
not.
own. Yeah, I mean, they go by what they see. As a young person, you want to be socially accepted, you want to be liked, you want to be favored upon, you want to be desired, and a lot of people want that. So they go through the social norms in order to get to that desirement. Well, hey, look, since people and humans are like this, regardless of what, we can't change that. And there's a life where people want to have acceptance socially. Why not use this opportunity to make this a social norm or an acceptance? And then, if it becomes a trend and other people start to do it, why not use it as welcome, welcome, big, 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 big Papa, part two.
Hey,
Kevin, welcome to the stream. You're welcome to join if you want to. The streamer link is right in the chat if you
hey,
want to join.
Kevin.
I'll put it again in case you don't see it. Hold on.
All right.
There it is. So yeah, I mean, like, why not use it as no thinker? I just listen. Yeah, I like an audience. Why not use it in a way to get other people to be socially accepted within this norm? This norm is not only for the better of society, but for the health wise better, for the emotion wise better, for the communication, for the social wise way better than for humans to live. Why not make this the social norm? Why not make this the way to be socially accepted and have other people cling on to other people who adhere to these values? Like that, to me, that would benefit a lot. Clearly, people are very codependent when it comes to other people's opinions and approvals. So, why not make this the new opinion that people want to be codependent to? Why not make this the new staple to what people want to have in their lives? You know, why not make this topic and the statements that I'm saying and that Matthew is saying and that Lewis is saying in the comment section, why not make this, and what Carlos has said, why not make this the social norm and then have other people adhere to that since we're peer pressuring to be accepted? The thing is, the reason why bigotry is continuing is because we are being peer pressured in the wrong way. We are being peer pressured in a way that tells other people to be bigots and be socially accepted for their bigotry. And that is a really, really bad thing for me, because now the people who actually do not want to be bigots are being socially rejected, and that's a problem. So we just need a society where it's improving now. It's getting much, much better, and everyone is growing. Everyone is they're becoming a better person from it. So they're growing in that sense. But at the same time, I feel like we still have work to do, and we still need to grow on not just humanist basic when it comes to sexuality or in sex and gender roles, but also when it comes to race. I think we should really, like, not view this racial hierarchy or this racial purity, and we should just all become whatever we want to be. Whatever we want to be. If we want to be brown, we could be brown in terms of having our kids be brown. If we want our kids to be more orange, we can have our kids be more orange. Hell, if we want our kids to be green, we can have our kids to be green, but that would be a whole reptile feel of people. And if you're into that, well, that's just on you. That's not my body. That's yours. And I respect it. And I support you on it because it's something that you want to do to fall into your paradigm of life. And I support that. I respect that, so that's something that I want people to understand. I think we still have a lot to grow. And also, we also have to understand that the government, especially the United States government, the UK government, and the other countries that have their own governmental officials, they promote their own narrative and they use other people's bigotry or expressions as a way, or political ideas as a way to divide people and to keep people divided. Left versus right, blue versus red, or red versus blue. And they do this so that way they can get people divided, and it's much easier to control. You ever heard the term being united as one is harder to break than to be divided? As being divisive, it's easier to control people. It's easier to take advantage of people. It's easier to exploit people. It's easier to get people's attention out of you, especially if you're divided. Because then once you have people divided, then you have a party who is in this category and a party who's in that category. And then you can elect the officials to go to each party, take advantage of that, use that for their own form of manipulation, and then use it to take control of the people's viewpoints and exploit the people's viewpoints for their own political rise. So it's crazy. It's so crazy how politics works like that. That's why I don't like politics. I never did. I like socio-political topics, but I don't like politics in general because it's bullshit. Nothing but fake ass politicians who don't believe in the word that they fucking say. They tell you what they want to hear. And they only say it because they want to get your vote. And once they got your vote, you don't mean anything to them. You don't mean shit to them. Because once they
Like the
get into office,
Democrats,
doing Democrats and
especially.
Republicans, both
Well,
of them.
yeah,
And it doesn't matter, red versus blue. It doesn't matter. You're in it. Once these politicians, they don't give a shit about what you say. They say what they want to say, and then that's it. And once they get your vote, they got your vote. They don't need to respect you anymore. They don't need to cater to you. They only cater to you to stay in power. Donald Trump is a Republican, and he's a hard right Republican, and he follows his Republican. That's why he's an antagonistic, because the media right now, the media is very liberal focus. The media is very liberal focused, and the whole scrutiny of Donald Trump is not just with conservatives. It's with this overhanding favoritism towards liberal ideologies, and again, this is all goes back to Trump being a conservative. So now you have Trump being bashed, berated, humiliated for the stuff that he says, because Trump wasn't liked from the moment he got into office. I don't like Trump. He's a fucking racist, and I don't like him because I don't like Trump. But at the same time, he did get into office. And the moment he got into office, the moment they pull out all of the receipts on him. So I think from that moment on, you can see how politics is. It's an aggressive, bias, controlled opposition that is based off of media manipulation and just pure exploitation of the people's votes. And that's why I don't like politics, because it's not real and honest and truthful. It's more so of, how can we bring this person down that we don't like? How can we drag this person down to their knees and make them leave, and then get someone we like, so that way we can exploit other people's votes. And then once we get someone that people like Bloomberg, for example, you bring Bloomberg in, but y'all don't know the tea on Bloomberg. Y'all don't know the stuff that Bloomberg had did in the background. You only know what they media promotes you, because it's all about social narrative. People like Bloomberg is going to be promoted in a positive way, because the media is making sure that his dirty work is hidden, so you don't know about it. Same thing goes with the Barack Obama. They want
Like
to
Hillary
promote him in a
Clinton.
positive light. Hillary Clinton. Although WikiLeaks have already exposed her, the media still tries to promote her in a positive way, because guess what? I don't like Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is an evil woman. She's evil. There's a lot of stuff she does that is very evil, and she's sick, and she's a psychopath, in my personal opinion. But she knows how to act. She knows how to act into character for the cameras, for the public, so they can see how she is via her acting. Because a lot of these politicians, they're just actors, in my personal opinion. They're not real people. None of it what you
Kevin,
see
you have
on
to be
TV.
35 to be president.
Yeah, I can run for president because I was born in America, so I
Oh,
can run for president.
well, you
Yeah,
have to wait until you're 35.
yeah. I mean, but see, I wouldn't want to run for president, because that's like ending. That's like killing myself. Because let me tell you, it's like human suicide. It's basically that. Because you think it's for a positive light, and it's not really. It's a whole nother life to get into politics. There's a lot of dark stuff that goes on in politics that you don't know about, and that life is what causes a lot of people who run for politics to suddenly go through crippling depression, and they age faster. You see them resorting to heavy amounts of drugs because of it. Just like with celebrities, they resort to heavy amount of drugs. It's like that. So I would not want to run for president. I would like to just be an activist, on the other end, and just educate the newer generation on not to be idiots and not to follow what the millennials did. Become better than us. Don't be like us. Don't imitate us. Become better than us, because we're better than baby boomers.
And don't be
Period.
those, feminists who,
What do you mean by feminist?
like the ones that force you to believe in what they want you to believe.
Yeah, I mean, any person, doesn't matter if it's feminist, it's just any ideology that forces people to convert into their mindset is something that, for me, I don't like. I like people to be real, but I don't like people to be scrutinized. So, what I mean is, you don't have to agree to people's lifestyles if you don't want to. That's perfectly acceptable by my personal opinion. But at the same time, like, for example, if you're a racist, there's nothing I can do to change that. I can't force you not to be a racist. I don't like racist people either. Fuck racist people. They can kiss my black ass. But at the same time, I know that I don't want to force them to not be racist, because that's like them forcing their agendas on my throat and me changing them on the account of their perspectives. So I don't want to do that.
Or religion.
Same, and for proof, religion is but see, religion, the thing was religion actually did that. Religion actually forced people to change their natural ways to fit their paradigm of their beliefs. That's the thing what religion did. You ever heard of the Crusades and the out? It's a lot of control and dominion happens with religion, and it never ends well. It never ends pretty. But people are welcome to believe in whatever they want to believe in, because religion is not entitled for the people who are like forced into it, but more so for the people who just want to do it because they want to have hope. They want to have some sort of hope. They want to believe in some sort of okay, Lewis, I'm gonna cut you off right there. Watch it with those two words right there. Yeah,
Don't do
yeah,
that because
yeah,
luckily you weren't in our
yeah,
Facebook chat saying that.
yeah. Don't watch it with those words right there. Those last two words, you know, because it's the when you say the word the in that, it's kind of I'm warning, not for me. I mean, I can't stop you from saying, but there's other people that are watching the stream that can easily autocorrect, and they will go ape shit on you. Like, I'm not joking. Like, there's other people who would watch this and see this and they would just be flabbergasted by it. So
Like
I just want
Josh.
to, yeah, you can forward Josh this video if you want to, if you can see it, and you can forward this
Well,
to MJ.
I already forwarded it in the group chat. So
Which group chat? And the our group chat or yours?
it's Leon's.
Okay. Well, see, there you go. And then there is, you know. So, that's the whole idea. I think for me, I have liberal values. I adhere to basic liberal values, not all liberal values, just the basic kind. But I don't like force my values on people. I say what I have to say. And if people don't like it, I would love to hear their perspective and opinions on why they don't agree with it. But my mission is not to change people, it's to educate people so they can become better in the future. I always want the next generation to be better than the last. I don't want the generation to fall into the stagnant of just being equating to our field of knowledge. I want our generation to open a gateway and a doorway to other generations so that way they can become better, and then they can teach their generations to be better, because you always want to be better. I'm a millennial, so I'm a descendant of a baby boomer. So baby boomers and then millennials and then Generation Z. So right now the Generation Z is the one that's out there. So I want Generation Z to become more, because they have their own form of ideals, and they're learning, but they're still ignorant towards it. So that's the reason why. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the only thing. Yes, Sonic Forces is coming for the PlayStation Plus.
That's
It's coming.
awesome, dude.
It's coming. It's coming. And I did both. I did Forces. I did Mania. And I'm gonna upload Generations, Kevin. Don't worry. I'm gonna do it.
Once I get signed, maybe I might just not
You're gonna
record
love
my
it.
voice. Yeah.
And actually, if you pay attention to the intro of Sonic Mania, you know what they show at the very top? They show Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and then Mania. That means Mania is really Sonic 4. So, just putting it out there. It's the real Sonic 4. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sonic 4.
Yeah, not the actual Sonic 4. Mania is really Sonic 4. But no, the actual Sonic 4 sucks. Episode 1 and 2 sucks. That doesn't exist in my opinion. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if I don't care if Sonic 4 episode 1 and 2 is the gateway to the adventure series, because they show Sonic and he looks much older in Sonic 4. He's like 14 years old and is leading to Sonic Adventure 1. I don't care. Sonic 4 episode 1 and 2 still sucks. Mania is way better than that. It's bull. boring. They make Sonic movements very clunky. You have to use like a mod for Sonic to make him run exactly like how he should run because he runs very slow in Sonic 4.
Wow.
It's just Mania is like Mania is better than Sonic 3 and Knuckles in my personal opinion. I think it's the best classic Sonic game ever made. It's even
Yep.
better than the Sega Genesis titles in my personal opinion. So, and you're welcome to disagree with it. If you haven't played it or if you did, you're welcome to disagree with it. But I think Sonic Mania is better than Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's superior in every way, shape, and form.
Yeah.
Hell, it even brought back the levels from Sonic 3 and Sonic 2 and
Mm.
Sonic 1 and Sonic CD. The final level is Sonic CD. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I played that on the Android before. Oh, I didn't
It's
play the whole game yet.
which one, Sonic Mania or Sonic CD?
CD only plays the first level.
Yeah, Sonic City is amazing. I love it. I love the music. I love the going back in time and trying not to get bad future. The first time you play it though, you will get bad future though. I'm just letting you know if you never went back in time.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Kevin says he's going to be going live. Kevin, you got to play
wait,
Sonic
what?
City. He never played
Oh,
Sonic
you're
City
going
before.
live?
Yeah, he's going live.
Oh,
He's probably protecting. He's probably protecting. I'm reading Lewis's comment. He's probably gonna play some more Horizon, or not Horizon. What
boy,
was it?
I played that game. I did a live
Um,
stream of it.
Probably some Zelda titles he's gonna
All right,
play.
Horizon is hard, man.
And can you believe Breath of the Wild beat it?
Yeah, unlike a certain subway.
We're not gonna go there.
Right.
Um, but yeah, Breath of the Wild completely obliterated
All
that
right. Have
that
fun,
game.
Kevin.
That game. So good luck.
I want to try playing that.
Which game?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. It's fantastic. It's the first time in any Zelda game. I'm surprised the Nintendo Switch can do that, and the Wii U. I'm surprised the Wii U can run that because it's so expansive and massive, and you can pretty much go anywhere in that land in Hyrule. So, and Hyrule is about the size of a continent. It's divided to like six countries, 6 or 7 countries. So
Bigger than the whole U.S.
yeah, it's a continent. So you think about it, it's a continent divided into 6 countries. So I think that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool for Breath of the Wild what it did and what it used the Nintendo Wii U hardware for that. So that's amazing because the Switch version is a port. It's a quick port. It's not native.
I'm not a fan of Switch though.
Wait until you get the Wii U, and that's when you're gonna get Breath of the Wild because you can hack your Wii U and get like all the games for free, and Nintendo won't ban you.
I hate getting banned.
Yeah, they only ban you for the Switch, not the Wii U. The Wii U is completely unbannable. And the Wi-Fi is free, so the Switch is not free when it comes to the internet. So
That is ridiculous.
$20 a year for shitty services.
Really?
That's no good.
What a terrible. And then they had this like box thing, which what is so special about that?
And what are you talking about, the dock?
Whatever it is, it's like, it looks so retarded, man.
I mean, we $300 PSP, because that's what it is.
You have to pay for the thing.
It's a Wii and a PSP merged together. That's what it is. Because it has the motion controls with the Joy Cons. It's overpriced, $100 per Joy-Con. Kind of, I don't know what Nintendo was thinking when they were doing that.
Nintendo, are you serious with yourselves?
Kevin says I can't hack shit. Well, you don't have to hack shit. Just get
Wow, I
yourself a
don't know what
Switch.
I have either.
Just get yourself a Switch, and then you can be good. You can be golden with that. That's what I did. I just got myself a Switch. Of course, I hacked it though, because I got to do it. But I did it, and yeah.
Is it easy or hard?
Well, now it's easier, but back when I started, it was harder. But they made it so that other people can exploit it and do a whole lot of other stuff with it. So it's easier now than before.
Oh,
And I only hack the Switch so I can put mods in there, so I can download mods and if there's cool stuff that I want the Switch to do, like for example, you can overclock your Switch GPU and CPU to run at its maximum performance. Because I don't know if you guys know, but consoles do not run at their maximum performance when they're playing games. They don't do that. Why? Because they have to compensate that for the iOS or the game menu screen or the home menu. So they have to that's
wait.
why they always run at minimal power for the games. That's why you find some games they struggle to run the games in that certain resolution. It's not because of the console not being powerful enough to handle it. The console is. Like the PlayStation 4 is powerful enough to handle native 1080p 60 frames for like games like big intensive games, but at the same time it has to compensate for the other features. So they have to like clock the clock speed by half and only let the PlayStation 4 run at half of its clock speed for the game. So it sucks, but that's what it is. The same thing with the Switch. The Switch runs at half the speed because of the iOS that it runs, the Nintendo Switch UI, the menu. So it has to run that while it's at the same time running the game, and that takes up a lot of GPU and CPU power, especially CPU power. It takes up a lot. So when you hack your Switch, you can overclock your Switch to its maximum performance and get a solid frame rate that is the game is designed to do. So no frame drops or anything. I was playing Breath of the Wild. I was playing Breath of the Wild with overclocked. I overclocked the entire game so I could run its maximum performance. And I actually got 34 frames out of it. Mind you, the game is designed in 30 frames per second. I actually got 34 frames. It started running faster than normal, which is freaking amazing because I didn't know the Switch can run it higher than 30 frames. And it could. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I wish the PS4 was like that.
It is like that once you hack it.
My streams, they tend to lag.
Well, they lag because of the internet, not because of the performance. So we're talking about hardware performance. So we're talking about the games themselves. So as you know, developers when they create games based on the clock speed of the GPU and the CPU. So they have to run based on what the PlayStation 4 can support when playing a game. So if there's inconsistency between the GPU and the CPU, then that's why it would have that issue.
Oh,
Yeah. But getting back to the topic that we were completely deviated from, I'm so sorry if you guys are watching. We completely deviated from that. But if you have any other suggestions in the comment section, please put it in. Let us know, and then we can talk about it. Like Tamron Hall says, let's talk about it, and we can get this topic going. I would even love if MJ gets in here and he can discuss his
uh,
opinion on it. Yeah, you can get banned, but same thing with the Switch. You can get banned too. All the 8th gen
I
consoles.
don't think he's active on Facebook right now.
Well, not Facebook. I'm talking about YouTube. He's welcome to watch this video, and if he wants to say what he has to say on it, that's fine. I know he said it because he was in the heat of anger, and he decided to use it as an insult. But that's exactly what I mean. Why did he
Yeah,
say it? Because he had this inept viewpoint of people, and he wanted to degrade and humiliate and call people by that name to make
I
make
mean,
his point.
you can hate gay people, but don't do it in our chat because then they're gonna get offended by that.
It's not getting offended. It's not just that. It's more so of the lack of respect of the human respect of people is what bothers me, and the fact that you have the audacity to promote that viewpoint and think there's no scrutiny that comes out of it is completely perplexing and ridiculous. And you should never do anything like that to degrade and humiliate other people. So I think that's why I say people are welcome to share their thoughts and opinions, but I'm also ready to come with the gauntlets myself because I don't sugarcoat what I have to say, and likewise, they don't sugarcoat what they have to say. So keep it 100. Period. Catch that on motherfucking Flea Bitch. Like that. And that's just what it is. It is what it is. You know? My personal opinion, I think that you have to be more keen and respectful. Like if you're a racist, oh yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. I'm surprised he's not watching because he usually watches my stream.
Who are you talking about?
You know exactly who I'm talking about, Matthew. That
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, the iguana that climbs on trees, that person. So, that's the person that usually would watch my videos and would make a stream about what I said, you know. But that's when that person was friends with Jigatits. Now that a person's no longer friends with Jigatits anymore, and little girl toucher, that's why he's not doing those kind of streams anymore. So, but when he was friends
I
with
mean,
Jigatits and Little Girl Toucher, that's when he was doing his streams. And he would just constantly make streams back after back, making fun of what I have to say or belittling my responses. And this is why I say karma is a bitch. What happens happens, and it happens for a reason. The universe or the world or this realm it's balancing itself to cause an equilibrium between me and you. And so it is what it is. And I said what I said. And he's even welcome to come if he wants to say what he has to say and talk about it, you know?
yeah.
But no matter what comes out of his mouth, there's going to be a cognitive dissonance between both parties. And I think that's where the argument falls upon. It falls upon two different opinions. And they usually ends up in one opinion being the most rational, but yet not being the favor upon. Because bigotry doesn't runs on rationality. Bigotry runs on irrationality, but favoritism. And if people can agree to this favoritism, this antagonistic behavior, like I said, if we're going to make social norms a thing and make society acceptance a thing, let's make society acceptance. Kevin says, if he does, I probably leave TBH. No offense. I don't like them too much. I don't like them. I don't like those mofos either. I don't like none of them. They can both kiss my ass, kiss my black ass. I don't care. Because they have shown that they are just disgusting as humans overall, and I want no part of them whatsoever. So I don't really care. I really don't care. I really don't care. And I mean that's just what it is. It's just what it is. I really have no respect for people who act racist and call people a filthy nigger as an insult. And you're white. Like what the fuck? Like what the hell is wrong with you? You're white and you're calling a black man a filthy nigger? Come on. Like that's to me that's you're reaching and you're reaching far. Far and wide with your lard ass. So come on.
Eh, I don't really talk about them as much because they're not worth my time.
Period. You're reaching. And when you reach that zone, you're gonna get tumbled down, You're gonna get tumbled down like Humpty Dumpty. Get tumbled down. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great big fall. Well, that's your fall. And it is what it is. So, but yeah, I'm open to criticism. I'm welcome to what other people have to say. But getting back to it, I want the social norms to be gearing towards the viewpoints that helps society, not denigrate society or tell society to be rejecting of other people and then causes depression, causes suicide rates. How much families are broken because of these issues, because how much people just don't have the same viewpoints and they scrutinize. They even do not love their own children because of it, which is so sad. Like, how can the fuck you cannot love your own children? It just doesn't make any sense at all. It does not make any sense. How could you not love your own children? It doesn't make any sense. Period. How could you not love your own children because of it? Your own flesh and blood that got birthed into this world. And if you cannot love your child for something like that, that means you don't love your child. They have a dysphoria. And I hate to go to the personal route, but it's true. If you cannot love your child based on that, you cannot love your child for other reasons like physical disformities or what have you. Not saying that it equates to it, but I'm just putting it what it is. Yeah, and the kid wind up go to foster home, right? The kids wind up going to
Okay, I want to say something about
okay.
child
That's
abuse.
hmm
I watched this documentary about this one kid that was locked in a box, whatever it was, and these parents. Well, I'm not gonna really talk about as much because it's really just gruesome, but what they did to that kid was wrong, and they just lock him in a thing. It's like wow.
Yeah, because these parents are clearly not eligible to be parents. A lot of these parents get pregnant at a very young age, and they're not fully equipped and they're not mentally equipped to be parents, to raise a child, because they're still a child themselves mentally. I'm gonna call it spade for what it is.
Child abuse is just really ridiculous.
And a lot of these people who regurgitate child abuse, it's a cycle, it's a never ending cycle of hate. Because when they teach their kids to be abusive, like when they abuse their own kids, the kids regurgitate the same behavior to their kids. And then their kids regurgitate the same behavior to their kids. It's a never ending cycle of abuse. Abuse is a disease that is passed on worse than an STD. It is a psychological abuse is a psychological disorder and a disease that is passed on through trauma, and it's passed on through neglect, and it's passed on through rejection, and it's passed on through hatefulness and malice. These are the aspects to abuse is why it goes in the subconscious of the brain. Our brain is so complex and we don't know how to fully control it. So all of these ideas, although the abuse aspect, we know it's wrong, sometimes there's part of our brain that unlocks that sort of doorway where we regurgitate the same behavior to another person if we're being abused, because this is how abuse trickles down. It's a psychological disease that trickles down because of wanting love from our parents and we can't get it. So it's more so of a continuous cycle, and it just keeps getting worse and 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 worse, and it never ends at all until the abuse ends with the person saying enough is enough. We have to control ourselves and we have to evaluate ourselves before we can actually become parents. There's a lot of parents that should not be parents. They should just not have kids. And they should just send their kid to an adoption center. That would be a better idea, because at least the kids will be in an area where they can get better parents, hopefully get better parents.
Yeah, like certain YouTube.
Yeah. hmm Kevin says, I've been abused when I was in school. My dad did it before and it upset me a lot. And I do pity you for my dad told me one time, I wish you would never was born. And see that right there, that kind of, and it doesn't even have to be physical. It could just be verbal abuse. The idea of rejection of the child, um, and just your whole existence. You just cannot believe that the people who would birth you would literally say something like that, that will denigrate your entire existence as if it
I
doesn't,
mean,
you know,
I
it's,
mean,
yeah,
that's how I felt about my parents. They just, it seemed like what I wanted.
exactly. Exactly. And I think it's more so of you feeling like you want the love from your parents, you want the consideration from your parents, but you can't get it because your parents sees you as an abomination, or they see you in a way that is
That's
negative.
that's why I couldn't help them anymore because they didn't want to change their ways. I'm like, I'm done.
And this is why I always tell people, you also have to love your inner core. You have to love yourself. You have to look at yourself, love yourself before you can love other people. It ain't selfish to love yourself. Period. And anyone says, "Oh, you should care about other people." No, care about yourself, because it starts from within. Before you can open your doors to other people, you care about yourself. You care about yourself. Why? Because yourself is the most important existence in this world from your perspective, because this is your body, this is your vehicle, and this is your life that you're living, and if you're living it from your perspective. So you got to make that make sense. You got to make yours and make your bread and also make your happiness. Money can't buy you happiness until you make the money buy your happiness. Okay? Yeah, it's true. Money can't buy you happiness, but you can turn happiness from money. You can get stuff that you need. You can get stuff that you want. You can get stuff that desires your love and your lust and your desire and your wanting for something that you can have. So you can make that make sense. You can turn money into happiness. Money can't buy the happiness because you are the person that allows the happiness to enter. But money can be a vehicle to get your happiness. And a lot of people need to understand when you're financially well off, you can have an easier time in managing your life. And you can have because now you have control over the things that you can buy and allow and support and grow. And it just becomes a much easier way to handle yourself. And that's why I say independency is more important than codependency. You don't have to follow the leader, and you shouldn't follow the leader. You should take advice, take knowledge, and apply it to your own instead of clinging on to
Yeah.
the next person.
Another thing is they talk crap, like they talk so much shit about you, but then they can't change their lives.
Exactly. A lot of people who do are insecure. People who usually talk shit about people for no reason, especially people who are innocent and haven't did anything
Like
to
Jada
them,
Marshall.
they usually are insecure with their own self. So they feel some sort of way. They feel as if if you be living your truths and they talking shit about you, they are really doing so because they have nothing going on in their lives and they want to make something out of their lives by manipulating and exploiting your truths to their benefit. It's like, okay, it's like people who call out other people for being gay. It's like that. You know, when you're doing that, what are you benefiting from that? How are you benefiting? And how do you sleep at night doing that? You think you're doing a good thing by doing that? Do you think you're doing the right thing by doing that? Like I wonder, how do you sleep at night when you do stuff like that? That's horrible. Because you're not only you're putting that person's life in danger of being rejected and being hurt by other people, but you're not even caring about the future of that other person. You're just doing it for your own pleasure. And that makes you evil. Period. It makes you a effing demon. Period. That's what it does. It makes you an evil person. That's why I said people who do stuff like that. How do you sleep at
Heck,
night?
some of them still live with their parents to this day.
Of course they do because they rely on their parents for. See, I live with my sister and my niece and stuff. My mom lives not too far from me. We all move in the same vicinity, so we all live in the same area. But we all make sure to get our bread and our coins together. That's just what it is. But we all have the love and consideration, but and we all look after each other. But we're also independent, and we have to be independent because if you're codependent, if you rely on codependency, you're going to become secluded to their ridicule. You're gonna be in that box where they can easily just kick you. Yeah, you worthless piece of scum. Yeah, no one's gonna like you. Ha ha ha. That kind of behavior is why I say this is why I say codependency it should be abolished. It'd be different if I met in real life. Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And they're raised that way because they're taught these values because they don't know how to act in a way that's approachable to other people. They don't know how to do it. So they only do it so it's because they've been told to raise like that. B, they're trying to escape from their problems and regurgitate the same bullying behavior. And C, they're trying to gain approval from their peers, their friends, or their family members from that kind of behavior. So it's a sick environment either way, and it's so sick. It's so sick and detrimental. So I don't
that's why I
recommend.
can't feel bad for certain people anymore because they want
They
you to feel
ask for it.
bad, but it's like you keep doing that, but at the same time, you want me to feel sympathy for you, but you keep making the same mistakes.
Period. Period. And as long as you keep making the same mistakes, you ain't gonna get anywhere in life at all. You're not gonna get
Yeah.
anywhere in life because you're
I
gonna
mean, at least,
repeat the same loophole constantly, day after day, day after day, day after day, day after day. You keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over because you're living in purgatory like that. From a theistic point of view, you're living in purgatory. You're in this loophole of negativity because you're not growing. You're constantly going in circles, and you're trying to
I
put other
mean,
people in that shoes.
that's why I had to leave my parents because I got tired of it.
And you don't deserve it, Matthew. Let me tell you something, Matthew. I'm gonna be very honest with you. You're young, you're handsome, you got your looks going. Everything is going right for you. You don't need to be depraved on other people's rejection because you have everything going for yourself. All you need now is the self confidence, the independence, and more importantly, the cuentadas and the love for yourself. Guarantee you, if you have that, you will be a completely different person. You would not worry about feeling depressed or feeling like life is being a bitch to you because you'll take lemons and make lemonade out of lemons. That's the thing. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. When life gives you sour patches, you make candy. That's how it is. You can't fret and complain and say, "Why me? Why does that have to happen to me? What did I do? I was so nice." You can't do that. You can't think of your own actions and then say, because all these negative things are happening, and because I did so good in life, and because I help people, and because of all this negativity that's happening currently, you can't say, is this some sort of karma? Because sometimes it's not a karma. Sometimes it just happens because it happens. And you're just the victim of it. And you have to take it and not go backwards, not feel like you should blame yourself for shoulda, coulda, woulda, or maybe if I would have did this differently, or maybe I would have did this differently. No, you cannot move backwards because then you're not progressing, you're regressing. So you got to move forward and actually become better at what you're doing. You also have to become better at your current situation. And that is the key to growing out of depression, really. Because we all had it. We all had a moment where we just feel like I'm worthless. Things in my life
I
suck
mean,
like shit, and there's not going to be any hope for me. But that's because we see it from a negative outlook. Because right now we're in a state of despair, and we're trying to see some sort of alternative, but we can't because we're blindsided by all of the hatred. So how do we grow from that? Well, we grow from improving on the current situation that we're in, and then allowing that to blossom ourselves into higher levels of success. And that's all there is to it. You have to take lemons and make lemonade out of it. You get sour lemons, okay, now you all need is the water. You got the water, right? So now you need the sugar. Sugar and the water are the other two components you need to find so you can make the lemonade. Once you get that, boom, you took these sour lemons, which were the detriments and the hatefulness of your life. Now you found the water, you found the sugar, you pour it in, you stir it, you mix all that together, you get a beautiful freaking drink in the summertime. And that's exactly what we need to do. Instead of just feeling like the world is cramping up on us, it's cramping up on everyone. No one is special. Everyone has their own
yeah.
flaws. There's some people who have a terminal illness, and they're on the verge of dying, but they don't let their expiration date make them not enjoy the lives that they have right now. They make the best of it because impact, even when our time is short, we live for the moments. We don't live for the future. I always tell people this: you don't live for the future, you live for the moment. And you live for that moment because that moment is something you're going to remember in the future, right? So you don't make goals so you can well, yeah, well, if you're trying to, if you're diabetic, then yes, use stevia. Don't use equal because equal is not good for people who are diabetic. My mom is diabetic, so she knew the hard way not to use that. She learned she used steva. Yeah, well, tea is good for a cleanser. It's a body cleanser that helps you get rid of the negative energy that comes from your body. And meditation is also good. And exercising, dancing, all this other in consideration that are good for your soul. It's good for your spirit, and it's good for your spiritual energy. So I think that's good. And also ASMR videos also help as well.
Oh yeah,
They also help as well. So, but yeah, and getting back to MJ, just watch this video and think before you speak. Think well and
yeah.
think hard, because then you just become a bigot, and
Because
people
I'm
online.
not trying to hate. I'm not trying to hate because I don't want this to be taken the wrong way.
I mean, none of us are trying to, but exercise, almost like you said, exorcist. You may need to exercise yourself, exorcise yourself from the demons in your personal life, the negative energy. So just let them fade away, and just figure out your own peace. And that's all you need to do. I know it's cliche and it's very generic sounding, but it is what it is. And people have to realize that we need our happy place to be happy. And our happy place comes from whatever that makes us happy. So whatever that makes us excited is the kind of happy place we need to keep on going forward and not backwards. Period. So it is what it is. And this goes to the people who have been affected by the topic at hand about the sexuality and the double standards between men and women, especially between men who want to explore themselves, and they get scrutinized and discriminated by people outside of the field because of the rejection, the social norms, and acceptance. This is a good way to deal with
Yeah,
that kind of
don't make yourself be happy.
period. Make yourself be happy, love yourself. That's what Kevin said. And just do you. There's nothing in this world that's a mistake. There's no mistakes. If you're a theistic person, you would know that your God, or whatever God you believe in, doesn't make mistakes. So if you know there is no mistake with your existence, be true to yourself. 'Cause that's what you are. That's what you are. As long as you're not harming anyone, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not doing anything that is illegal, like some other people I know, um, because that person really needs to be in jail. Then then you're good.
Oh,
Yeah, period. I said it. The person needs to be in jail. Shit, that's nasty. That's fucking nasty. And I mean, it's nasty because it's sick, and it's on the same level as rape. So that's a whole nother field. That's nasty, and that's disgusting. So I said what I said, and if you don't like it, when I say you don't like it, I'm talking about the person who may be watching this. If it hits you home, that means I'm saying something that you really need to pay close attention and keen to. Period. So I mean, it is what it is, and that's just that. I think people just really needs to wake up and smell the coffee or the tea, and really understand that.
like you bad fox.
Period. Like, you people really need to be smart about it, be intelligent about it, and have a good understanding of people and life and liberty, and just realize people are people. Who are you to put your judgment on them, and ridicule them because they live in their life and they're being happy? They're not telling you what to do. They're not telling you how to live your life and forcing it down your throats. So why the hell are you doing it with them? I'm not scrutinizing you for living your life. If you're a sick mofo, you're a sick mofo. And when I say sick mofo, I'm talking about the people who do stuff illegally. But I know at the same time, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for those 4 likes. It's going to increase by tomorrow morning. I guarantee you. By Sunday morning later on, it's going to be like 6 likes and 7 likes and maybe even 10. All right, Kevin, good luck on the stream. Hope everything goes well.
Have a good day, Ken. Or a good night, or
Good morning.
whatever.
Good morning over
Oh
there.
yeah, it's morning for him. Never mind.
And it's morning for me too. It's like 1:55 here on the East Coast. Um,
Well, for me, it's 11:52 p.m.
yeah, that's that Western life.
Sooner or later, I'll be out of the Western life.
Oh, really? You mind if you tell me where you're gonna transition to? Is it Canada?
I'm just waiting for my cousin to pick a place.
Oh, what is the place that she's planning on? She's looking to get.
Oh, she's trying to find a good place for us to live.
What location she had in mind, or do you don't know?
Well, I don't know yet.
Well, any place is better than the current place you live in because you don't want to live in a freaking desert where it's freaking
Especially,
yeah.
it's freaking. It's just always hot.
It's a desert. It's barren. It's dead. It's cold at night.
I prefer trees, and I want more. I want to see more animals.
Then you have to live in the central side of America or the east side of America. The east side of America have a lot of mountains, a lot of caves, a lot of water. It's very
Uh,
fertile.
not here in Arizona
West
because it's
side of
just
America
dry.
is a barren. I'm telling you, America, half of America is a desert, and the other half is a forested, beautiful location area.
Well, Colorado.
Uh,
I lived there before, and their weather's awful.
yeah. Even Chicago would have been a good place for you to live because that's the city, and it's the. I mean, it's cold there, but hey, at least you don't get hot summers.
I mean, I'm more of a town guy.
Oh, a suburban kind of town.
Yeah.
Canada would be good. Would be good for you then.
Well, I'll try that. And my
Well,
brother tried to go there.
yeah. Kevin says it's not happening yet because we need to wait for Sonic Forces. Well, when that time comes and you get it, I'll be waiting. Like Beatrix Kiddo said from Kill Bill Volume 1, I'll be waiting because I will. I'll be waiting. But yeah, getting back to the topic, just love yourself, be yourself, don't discriminate, and don't don't initiate double standards like this. You want equality.
And be respectful.
Not only that, not only be
Responsible.
respectful, like opinionata. Be respectable and also be more accepting towards criticism, and also don't affiliate yourself with double standards like that. Because listen, if you're going to fetishize a woman, be respectful of the fact that you're going to that other people fetishize a man. So just be don't put men on the field of demonic, evil, satanic because they do the same thing that a woman do sexual. No. It just no. Don't do that. Don't. Because this is just as much as the man is labeled as demonic. Then if you're gonna be equal, the woman should be labeled as demonic too, and evil and satanic, and thinking there's some sort of agenda going on. But it's only an agenda when it involves males. It's not an agenda when it involves females. So it's just to me, not only is also degrading on the men's part, it's also degrading on the women's part. Because then you're saying that women's rights don't matter and a woman's body is nothing more than a tool for a man's pleasure. So yeah. We can get into some deep topics if Big Headed Papa was here, but unfortunately, Big Headed Papa is not here to state his
Ah,
piece. But he will state his piece in the comment section. Maybe he may do another live stream when we talk about religion. Now that will be real.
man, I wish Big Dover was here to tell it. Because he would have been, yeah.
He would have been really winning in with this topic. He would have actually yeah. Yeah, that would have been some kind of topic. But yeah. But I'm going to end the stream now since it's been going on for 2 hours and 18 minutes and
Shout
23
out to you, Big
seconds.
Doberman.
Shout out to all the people here that was in the stream. Shout out to you, Matthew. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to
Shout out to
BioX.
Ninja
Shout
Dead
out to
Dot,
Lewis and all the other people who
Legacy of Dragon,
post. Yes, and all those peeps. Shout out to the big headed crew. Shout out to the
Mike
free for all Skype
KJ,
chat. Shout out to the anti bigots, the anti reptilian crew. Shout out to them too. They don't exist, but we're gonna name them that because that's what we're gonna call them. Shout out to the Flaming Kings and shout out to all the other people here. So this is ZTB and Matthew is here as my guest for the StreamYard live stream. And yeah, if you have anything else to say, you can say in the comment section, and I will be glad to respond to your statements. And we can have a good, nice, civil, adult conversation involving different perspectives and opinions on the topic of sexual reality and the double standards between men and women when it comes to this. So, on that note, bye bye.
peace.